Slower stuff. Flash outside. Desh just holding for the cross, but no smoke, so there's no illusion of a cross here. Stars can just stay put. Good crossfire here on the A site, and it looks like the execution's about to commence.
Oh no, Dash slips. Leodark making quick work of them, and before they even start to respond, they've already been thinned. And very quickly, Stars are going to be able to take control of the first round. But no, as soon as the AKs come out, they will be matched with an AWP. So the weakest link here being Flash, MP9 in hand. Ninjas barely sees his assailant. The upper of the side of GameHunters doesn't even have his preferred weapon just yet. But he's already ripping heads.
Absolutely smoked, and making a bit of a statement now that they've got the rifles out as well, saying, well, you might have got off to this early 2-0 start. You may be on the CT side here on Nuke, but we'll come knocking. Give us a bit of time to warm up. Starting to light a fire at the feet of the defense. Desh does find an important kill and a good crossfire here on ramp. It's a little bit messy, but it does convert for a second frag. Puts it into a 3v3. Vinabeast up the vents. Seemingly aware that there should be one close main, but it's all about just trying to delay. Trying to buy time and space for his teammates. Desh him from heaven. With that AWP, there's nothing he can really do here. He's got to wait for his teammates. Surely he doesn't try and play around this.
It's all about the timing though, right, Vinabeast? Not gonna be spotted! Oh, sees Lich with his bomb out. As he's checking the flash, he doesn't actually see Mellow. So might get a terrible timing here. Vinabeast not gonna expect it. Will be brought down to the 1 versus 1. 12 seconds remaining as Mellow finds the first duel. And now he's just trying to make sure that he can get the bomb down. Quick tap. Oh no, Leodark bites the bullet, but will still be able to come out on top. Stars, perhaps a little bit lucky that Mellow doesn't end them there.
Now economically they will struggle once again. Half investment down to 1,500. They'll have the max loss in the next. But first, they've got Ninjas to contend with. Oh, there's only a 1-for-1. Good trades by Flash, though.
Oh no, some really bad timing by Leodark.
What?
Is eventually going to be picked up by Vinabeast. Behind, and time again, is just coming down to the 1v1s, the very close rounds.
The lobby flank instead of up from heaven. It is just a gamble that had to be taken. And unfortunately, this time, he bets on red, it rolls up black. Next time, maybe different. Lich. Back down low. Riccioli. He's made noise here. Sort of thought he had that element of surprise, but actually now, everybody's well aware of where he resides. It's a horrible spray.
Oh, no.
Mellow's continuously missed shots. In fact, his first one was incredibly close to killing his teammate while he was blinded. And this is an absolute flop of a round here from GameHunters.
I wouldn't be too fast to call it that. ABR puts down Flash, and although it might have looked like a flop, it's still close enough that it can be salvaged. But Dash coming forward, finds ABR, and once again it's the Juggernaut. That's Mellow. He might have missed 3 in a row, but he's recovered it. Dash, however, on the other side, waiting, op drawn, wanting to go for a bit of a rotate down into the bottom bomb site. Op v op duels always very deadly. Even more so for the man that's got more HP. He's got more to be worried about. Mellow elephanting his way down into the bottom bomb site. They should know exactly where he is. That sees him going. Knows all it's going to take is a quick tap of the USB, and it should be over. But there is a tiny chance. Oh.
I really like that he doesn't go for the smoke spam there and knows that inevitably he's going to go back through the double doors because nowhere else is safe. And
a sight on the agenda. Ninjas, though, finds 1, 2, could make it 3, but is going to need support very soon. The flashes make it hard to retaliate, but when all is said and done, HP is much lower for GameHunters. Vinabeast anticipates that they're going to try to come back from the smoke. ABR, nothing to his name. A single point of health. He's got the bomb, but he is a sneeze worth of damage away from death.
The bomb plant in itself with max loss will have some bearing, but yeah, with 1 HP, as you say, a sneeze, a harsh hiccup, a flashbang flying his way would finish him off. Timing is a little bit awkward for Beast, but that won't chalk out. Yeah, that won't chalk out the idea that he's towards a single door. So there you go. Molly goes down. Flash will get on the angle. Tidy stuff. I think the thing is as well, with situations like this, when you're sort of beaten down constantly, you're losing those 1v1 situations, eventually that just plays on the confidence and the morale. And then, you know, you don't get so many more of those close scenarios. It's a decent little 1-for-1 outside, Leo.
He shouldn't have even gotten that.
Yeah, with the double swing.
And the fact that he wasn't even looking.
Well, yeah, it was a good reaction, wasn't
it? That's fair. Oh man, they're gonna try and route their way to A, but problem is there's a couple players waiting. There's the AWP to set up the tripwire, and now they've got another player coming up from the vents. So Ninja should be able to take care of the final player. ABR, a good shot, sure. But they're circling around him like sharks. There it is. I don't know what to say, man. This isn't the narrative we saw last time they went up against each other. It was close enough games where, okay, I mean, they were still convincing, sure, but it wasn't this level of domination. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. I mean, finally, we might see something else here. I kind of like it. I think that it gives more of an understanding. You know, some of those situations, we sometimes see it on Nuke when you're coming out of heaven and your gun model, like, covers the player on site and things like that. It gives us more of an understanding of when that happens. Oh, Dash, that was close. Good info, though.
Oh, they're going to chase after him right after the molly. Dash surely sees it coming, right? No, never mind. Out of the frying pan into the flames.
Oh,
Ninjas. Oh, wow, what is going on here? This is the meat grinder, and Mello puts down Ninjas as he's on his way to the bottom site. Leo Dark waiting, though. Sees the bomb crossing over, knows there's another one here. ABR has to get on bomb recovery and planting duties. And he has no idea where that final player is going to be coming in from. Quick tap of the bomb. ABR still waiting for something. Flash pops open the door, is feeding him bullets, but doesn't quite make too many connections. Flashbang. ABR needs to commit. Yeah, he just had to commit to the bomb, right? And Flash now coming out, needs to land a headshot, tries to spam, but GameHunters will finally put themselves on the board despite how messy it got.
But yeah, a decision that didn't really need to be made in that way. And it is one that's going to ultimately cost them the round. Either way, brilliant stuff from Mello to land that no-scope through the vents. If he doesn't, it's a very different scenario. Oh, Dash misses by a millimeter on that one. Oh no, and again, Mello. The AWPers.
He's just missing the openings, that's the issue.
Yeah, time and time again. It cost them this round. Seems like it should. All right, Dash is on save duty. It's kind of interesting how quickly their economy is just completely broken. You know, after 8 rounds in a row, you'd expect them to have a little bit more money. It's just a testament of how close so many of these rounds have come in terms of the numbers. But yeah, this has been a real roller coaster so far, I'll be honest. It also just lets me shit talk players that have weird view models. I enjoy that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oof, Dash. We're doing a little bit better than that. Riccioli will find it. Of course, don't want that second AWP, but it's important to get it out of enemy hands, especially when the money's looking bad for the CTs. So, arguably punish some of the missed shots from Mello as well. We've seen him miss a lot of those opening duels. And Desh hasn't been able to punish because he's also had an AWP and also been missing his shots. There's now that chance. He draws first blood. Lish gone first. And Ninjas will follow up with another.
And just from a technical perspective, this is just being played perfectly by Keystars. They've got a player all the way towards CT. Oh, might have been a crack at the defenses, but okay. Gonna get rushed, gonna get desperate. PRT trying to make his way out of the smoke. A singular kill is all he'll get for his troubles. Riccioli, position given up. As with 20 seconds on the clock, he's got the responsibility of finding kills, getting the bomb down, and that is not going to happen. Keystars, nine rounds.
I think that's kind of the issue as well, isn't it? It's only really Mello shooting back here on GameHunters, whereas for Keystars, you've actually got 3 key players. You've got Ninjas, Ninjas, Dash, and Leodark that have been putting up really good numbers. Mello going to look to dispatch of them all here as he finds the first head, and finally, some of the other key pieces stepping up to the plate. Some big kills found. The Julie doing some big damage here on A. Flash can't connect the head, and ABR will just continue to jiggle out and drive by, dish out the bullets, as it leaves it all down to Desh. Last man standing, P250 in hand, 24 points of health. Between life and death here. And a 4th round for GameHunters. Riccioli will be the one to deliver the bad news. 4 AKs, a single Galil, a little bit of util to work with, and they're playing up against a bit of a bonus here as well. You've got 2 MP9s and a FAMAS on the other side of things. Lich looks to get aggressive. He's had a little bit of a slow game so far, 1 for 1 in the trophy room. Lich has done a lot of damage, and he doesn't overstay his welcome. I like that. Just pulls away, knowing that he's hit the dink.
A good start to the round, yes. But more importantly, a good start to the half. Is Keystars going to be running out of steam? That's the question. GameHunters, ABR's waiting with the clothesline. Tries to be precise with the headshots, but is unable to connect. And now you've got 3 players from Keystars sprawling around middle and outside. One down to Secret. Leodark wanting to keep a finger on the pulse towards A. The eventual progression will be towards that bottom side, but Leodark is just making sure the rotations are going to be hard to come by. In the meantime, though, Keystars is doing a good job. Starting to get the bomb down. GameHunters still have to worry about that final lurk. They've got their work cut out for them. One of the final few chances for GameHunters to make their mark. And Mello's going to kick things off good. He's largely been unsuccessful on the opening duels on the T side, but now looking a little bit better. Keystars down to 4. Ramp the name of the game as PRT awaits them. Red carpet ready to be rolled out. Flashbang to go through with PRT wants to still have a piece of this pie, and he sticks around and finds out a little too late. In the meantime, though, Mello is still thinning the numbers. Dash and Flash. I want to see if they can pull something off as just 2. Dash sees a player coming. Tries to chase him down.
They will be able to buy around them in the next, kind of. I mean, they're not going to get lost bonus, so they won't be able to drop too much over, but... And Ninjas will have enough to buy. That'll be 3 AKs out. Vinabeast can go down to... Sat in the lobby, sell a bit of a fake, hopefully pull a rotation off. Ninjas gets a kill, then they'll secure it. Yeah, that's before damage. They should just be able to reset, no?
I don't know about that, Chief. 4v2, PRT and ABR.
Oh my god,
they're trying to fight back. Leodark sees him. Oh no. Fumbles. No, he just drops the molly. That is... you're right. That's one of the more disgusting sequences of CS I've seen, but couldn't amount to much as Keystars. They've gotten the bomb down.
I'm surprised. I'm not sure what the ruling is in terms of, you know, actually having to physically call for the pause after someone's disconnected, but when we saw that initial disconnect, it was just before damage was dealt, I believe.
Everything seems to be okay now, but GameHunters on a 2-round-long leash. Oh, wow, that's good. Wow, Lich gets away with a double. That leash might not be damning just yet.
After having disconnected and, you know, spent the last 5 minutes scrambling to get back into the game after his connection issues, that is definitely one way to re-enter the server, right? Desh does exactly the same. 2 beautiful kills and the adjustment for the second. clinical. Puts it back into a 2v2. Mello low on health and with an orb. And Riccioli is kind of miles away. Mello's outside here with him. So T&Cs have got loads of room to maneuver, but they don't quite realize it yet. They're still worried about every nook and cranny up on the upper bottom side of this map. Riccioli's quick enough. He'll be able to get him from behind with this FAMAS. ODDIK still just unsuspecting in lobby. This is a very weird round. And yeah, we will see him get backstabbed. So Desh, despite the fact that, you know, they knew he was here ages ago with the bomb, still just sat on B expecting some company that isn't coming. And eventually he'll tap in those digits and play the 1v2.
Kind of a doable 1v2. That's Desh with the first. Oh, no. Walks right into Mello. And I think if he plays out a little bit more patiently, it'd be hard for Mello to find a kill there.
Lower side of things. Well, I see a lot of damage being dealt. They will make it through.
Yeah, the little bait and switch setup actually works out beautifully. Lich managing to get another beat based off of that, and now that T&Cs have been put into the ground, it's also a chance for GameHunters to now start building up a little bit of momentum, because T&Cs are going to have to wait before they can make themselves relevant again. 9 rounds.
Run down the clock, why not? There's 40 seconds left. There's a lot of pressure now here on T&Cs. Whilst they've got lots of map control, there's nothing they can do with it until they find a kill. Oh, and there you go, contact made. Oh, that's an important fight, and he's lost it. The 4v4, and look at this, 20 seconds. Where do you go from here? Ninjas is kind of down on B, but not really.
He needs to find the opening kill immediately. I mean, the bomb is trailing behind. They're going to have about 7 seconds on the clock by the time it's within planning territory. ODDIK really needs to commit. The bomb is now down. They're quickly trying to get on it, but there's already Mello on the case. And it doesn't matter what they do now. GameHunters win the round off of the timer expiring.
GameHunters still with a fair bit in the tank.
Oh my, APR once again. For T&Cs to fumble after starting 8-0. This actually really sets up the momentum nicely for GameHunters going into the next map. They'll also have the half advantage. But maybe T&Cs can still turn their fate around. 13-11, still a very real possibility if they can play everything to perfection. PRT, though, even a singular kill could throw a massive wrench in the works of T&Cs. Trying to play this very carefully. Doesn't want to show himself till the better end. Is going to get caught by Flash, though. Dash putting that sniper to good use, and despite GameHunters' best efforts, suddenly T&Cs might be back in, and never mind, APR. Another kill collected, and it's a 3v3 that they need to try and fight off. ODDIK whittling down the numbers a bit. APR's quite low. Dash still keeping GameHunters at bay. They're losing members left and right, and T&Cs have pushed off what seemed like the inevitable, Josh.
Oh, wow. After all of this, we might actually still see T&Cs take it their way. Now, the one saving grace here for the GameHunters. 30 seconds burnt on the clock, and T&Cs looking like they're teeing themselves up for an AXX here.
Very real chance that they could close at 13-11. Vinabeast, great opening. Riccioli, though, could still be delaying it. No, Vinabeast, who's been mostly quiet, will get a double. And despite GameHunters' best efforts, despite coming all the way back from an 8-round deficit in the first half, it is all going to fall down to the shoulders of Mello, who has to try and digest the rock that is a 1v4. Trying to make that up work, and it simply won't. T&Cs outlast GameHunters, and will be going to the second map with a W for T&Cs.
Yeah, there's a couple of layers to this, isn't there? Because you sort of look at this and say, yeah, they beat their opponents on the opponent's map pick. and now they should be teed up for a 2-0. But honestly, the Nuke win felt like a bit of a bust. They've picked into Dust 2. They've had a rough time on it recently. They actually played it in their opening matchup here as well against Flamengo. They lost it. They also picked into it there. And GameHunters have had some pretty good success here recently against some pretty good teams as well. So I think this is going to be a bit of an uphill battle. We'll see where it goes. But for now, the pistol round, an important one. And T&Cs do have the man advantage and a bit of room to maneuver here in the tunnels.
Oh wow, very sloppy duel over towards middle. But now it's a 4-on-2. ABR doesn't even have much HP to work with. Might be able to get something, yes, but should be largely inconsequential. As soon as they find out where PRT is, they can just go somewhere else, but it's not even going to come down to it. Canids, great start. And in the same light, you also just, like, can't kill each other, which is something I've always found really odd.
Yeah, I mean, by the nature of how ticks work, right, it should be possible, but yeah, it isn't, is it?
That's what, I think that's what people don't, something that people argue in favor of, like, having sub-ticks is, like, you theoretically have, like, infinite ticks, but giving human beings the ability to have an infinite degree of exactness on a game is actually not a good idea, because there's a reason why fighting games are on a fixed frame rate. It's because you want it to be, like, actionable by human beings, right? You want things to be parryable and stuff like that, but while we're on that little tangent, GameHunters, they've parried this round on their own as well. Still could be fumbled. Oh, Leodar, good collection, and yeah, this has been reeled right back in by T&Cs.
A shot. It's Mellow down by himself. Not a lot to save here. They'll be on the buy in the next anyway, so he'll have a go with the scout. And I thought he was dead to rights. He emerges through that smoke. Hits a ridiculous shot. Leodar stays on the angle.
No, Vinabee's really good couple of collections. And I've got to remind you, you didn't have a very hot start to the previous game. What the hell is he doing?
Tiptoeing through mid then. 35 seconds. Dash. Ooh. Did he see Lidge? He's definitely seen him now. Good little adjustment. It did feel like he maybe saw the edge of a barrel or something. Still the trade from Riccioli. So they've got a little bit of fight left in them with 20 seconds left. It is only going to be PRT on the B bomb site to defend. And they know now that this is the full commitment. PRT's got the weight of the world on his shoulders and only ends up with one. Good damage onto the second. Ninjas will trade it. It leaves it somewhat palatable for Riccioli to clutch this one up, but still 2 to find. He's got the kit, but no util. 48 HP and an M4 swings out. Goes for the pre-fire. Ninjas is there. And flashes on the cross regardless. So another comfortable round here for T&Cs. That one comes a little bit closer. But it's still going to be a fourth. Gone for a half buy. They've still got money in the bank. And with the max loss bonus, there will be a full investment in the next. But aggression into the B-tons. Good pop flash. Oh. Very, very nicely done. Off of the back of that info, though, they should just be sending it into A here.
Yeah, Mellow could still be a problem here, though. If he can hit a couple of shots, that's good. Oh, got too hopeful. Vinabeast puts Mellow down. And there's only one member remaining on long. And he's got nothing but a measly pistol. And that pistol's going to pay dividends. Lich takes one down. Going to be able to recover a weapon off the back of it, too. 2 players stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Dash, he's got his gun full auto. And he's going to empty his mag before he runs into a real fight. And GameHunters will be able to leverage that to bring their first round on the board. Definitely an awkward way to do it.
2 AKs, a Galil, a Deagle, and a Tech 9. Very spread out here. Just like a solo push out along. Dry with no util through the smoke, ninjas.
This time around, the Leodark is going to permeate through middle. Riccioli stops 2 right in their tracks. Vinabeast and Desh. They're going to be forced to try and take their efforts towards the B bomb side. PRT already waiting with his AK-47. Now flashbang to try to get a better peek going. Get stuck in between 2 players, and suddenly this is kind of doable. Quick peek from window. No, that gets away with murder. And that's 2 down. But there still needs to be 2 more on the chopping block. There's the commitment to the bomb. They're going to go right in. Flashbang misses, but Lich has his crosshair right, and Dash will go down.
Yeah, pole position. There you go. I think...
With 30 seconds, now they don't want to overcook this. They're getting ready for a run boost. Oh no, they fall right off. Flash, what the hell is going on? This is such an underbaked and half-cooked round from Canids. They force and then they fumble around. Another run boost that gets caught. And all those acrobatics lead to a single round. That might have actually been the worst round I've watched this year.
Mallow. Tipped in with a sniper. Ooh. Not quite connect. It's going to be Riccioli instead to draw that first. Flash follows up. Put it back into a 4-on-4 quite quickly. It's ABR just around the corner. Canids will group up. They'll waltz their way into this A site where the orbs drop down, make things a little bit harder for himself as he gets up onto the boxes. Timing could get the better of him.
Oh.
Instead, it works pretty perfectly for Mello. He might get an opportunity for a second here as well. Connects the shot.
Wow, that's good.
Looks to follow up. Oh my, that would have been something special. Eventually traded back, but leaves it down to Leodark. Barrels up from long. He's got time to work with. But no cigar. It's a good round back from GameHunters. And honestly, exceptional work being done there by Mello. She'll blow the smoke open. Nobody's home. Mello will confirm that. It's still a full buy on the other side.
And this time they're going to be throwing something that is more akin to standard play. Throwing out an execute. Flashbang to go with it. Flash getting stuck in the first duel. Oh no, PRT misses a massive opportunity to shut them down. Had the position to get at least a double, but he'll get away with nothing at all. Flashbang to try and assist him into it. Mello finds Dash. Flash trying to still be a problem, but found by ABR. Window control's been given up, and Leodark responds with some bullets. Half points of health on both the CT side members. Somebody has to commit to the bomb, and they'll walk right in. Mello with a no-scope headshot onto Vinabeast.
Final of the half. Canids will come in with whatever buy they can, but... Ooh, a shot Lich.
Once again, man, Mello's going to be a completely different beast. And right now, Canids are thanking their, well, lucky stars that they're able to close out that first map, because it doesn't feel like map 2 is going to be anything like it.
Yeah, this has been nearly 8 rounds on the bounce here. At least it's about to be 8 rounds on the bounce here. For the side of GameHunters, unless Leodark's got something to say about it. Okay, man. Ooh, yeah, just wiped up on Sniper. Yeah, very, very comfortable stuff.
Also, the short player can just jump right into tunnels. Going to take like 5 seconds for him to become a part of the action. Here comes the util, though. Now they're going to want to go right in. Flash needs to at least hit a couple of shots, at least buy the goalie some time, and Dash refuses to let go of Mouse 1, and Flash has enough support coming in. In the meantime, a couple more rotations starting to pour through. They don't want to straight up push into B. Doesn't even have quite the one-shot weapon.
He'll just be the info man here. He's going to send himself out. I mean, he's the one with the bomb, which is a little bit worrying. I think he should maybe do a bit of a switcheroo, but yeah, send it out, clear the corners, get the info. It'd be awkward if his teammate dies first, but there you go. Vinnerbeast, who's trying to sort of dance around the boxes, overthinks it a little bit. Needed to just...
This is doable now.
Isolate the first fight. And yeah, you're right. The bomb planted. It's now a good position for Mello. I mean, he has got a Glock and he's playing range, which is a little bit awkward, but it's a nice shot from Leodark. Now they have to work out how to go about this. They've got a kit on ninjas. He could just full stick this, to be honest. Head down, full stick.
There's not enough of a body block, though, is there?
I think so. I think there should be a Glock at this range. Even, yeah, there's no chance. There's absolutely no chance. Even with the sightline onto him, what, you got to put 9 bullets into him?
Or maybe not. This might be a decent enough ruse on long that they start rotating over, and that could mean that Desh is caught out. Yes, he is. Caught by the Tech 9, and now they've got access to middle and B.
Not like this. Be a very awkward way to go down, but Hanks the Dink still delivers the bullets with the MP9. And now that's just got to be ABR and PRT to send it into B, and of course, inevitably into the waiting arms of the MP9. Sprayed down, dealt with, no trouble. Pretty much doubling his kill count right now. Only cause for concern if you dash. Oh, yeah, there you go.
3 getting ready to pounce on long, but problem is they might actually be meeting their match if they decide to commit on A. This 4-man commitment could be big. Footstep. The call should have already been made. Refrag not available. They're going to try and send 2 players back, but this is a really good setup. Leodark starts to come in. There's an AWP setup to try and support. Flashbang to go through. Flash, immediate reaction off the back of it. And the fact that he can't clean Lich up as he's backing off means that now he has to try and play the 1v2. PRT's already in position, but he's going to fumble. No, he doesn't. Instead, it's Flash to miss his words, and
knowing that they did a fair bit of damage to the GameHunters economy in the last as well, they have a decent idea that there isn't too much in play. We saw them darting towards the AWP that was dropped on car, but they didn't find it, so it's just the rifles, and Lich the first to fall. Desh still with the sniper out. But if it's the first killing blow. Found some important MP9 kills in those follow-up rounds after the pistol. That's why there's the extra cash in the bank for him. In a minute now. They've got the man advantage. Ooh.
Wow, that is such a sloppy way for Ninjas to be letting AP opened up. Dash is going to be in between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't really have too much support. Leodark's all the way on the A site. Now the util's going to start flowing in. He's mollied out of his position, but he needs to get at least 1 before he's picked off. Does he have a chance at a second? No. ABR finds him. Mello does some more work, and with the way Keatstars are playing, it seems very likely that map 3 is on the agenda. No money after this. GameHunters looking like a much more well-oiled machine on the terrorist side.
Now going for a heavy commitment here, throwing all their eggs into one basket. Flash has got a very good position. Wow.
It really feels like GameHunters are looking to run them over. A desperate effort from Leodark to try and get closer, but he'll be shut out. 4 players still alive and taking for GameHunters, so this needs to be near flawless, and Mello's already going to find the first weak link. Ninjas goes down, Desh only able to good for 1, and Riccioli will have the last laugh. So GameHunters just a single round away from taking us to map 3.
It does actually seem like the the fundamentals there from GameHunters, but pretty bang on the money. They molly the corner, the flashes are brilliant, and yeah, fair play to them. They make that work very well. Good util usage on long, though. That's where T&Cs have thrived when it's come to their utility. Has yielded them the early fight. So, rifle upgrade.
I mean, there's obviously a really good little play from Canids if they can hold their trigger. Oh, wow, DESEMPREGUEIDOS. He's going to get a double. He's instantly traded off, and they're not going to expect flash. The second push should be completely unprecedented. I mean, Canids just have to take this one at a time. Flash is a really good bit of nuisance from behind, and they should be able to get this just based off of the flanks alone, but I'm not really sure how long this type of play is going to carry them. Okay, one round at a time.
Yeah.
One step is going to blow it a little bit early on, and now they're going to quickly start to realize that there should be a push coming through on B. There's no attention on A. Sorry, the other way around. Ninjas sees him coming. Molly to nip at his feet. ODDIK is going to give up exactly where he is. Now it's going to have to be a perfect two-man defense. Dash starts to chip away at them, and they're down to just 3 members. They've got 9 seconds, so they need to play this to perfection. VODs is trying to be an issue, but they should be able to get the bomb down. Aim isn't looking the best, and PRT with a triple has shut them down entirely. DESEMPREGUEIDOS has to carry this round on his back, fumbles. And very quickly, GameHunters will have the last laugh. A 13-8 finish after being pummeled on the first map. And GameHunters on the T. Canids elected to go for the CT after winning the knife. And it's going to be a hard and fast-paced B-site hit by the looks of things. Lich up close and personal with the duel. He did have a teammate to help him out, but he's only good for the single with the dueling, with the double dragons. 3v3 now. Flash going forward. ABR is his only victim. But so much damage has been inflicted the other way.
What to do here? Man advantage doesn't last long. Mellow returns it back into a 2v2, and it's going to be VODs and Ninjas, who are still alive, but haven't had a taste of blood in this round yet. They've just been sort of present, but not active. And it all falls onto the shoulders of Ninjas, the man who had a miserable second map. And that will not change here in the pistol for the third. This decider, because their tournament life is on the line. You don't want to get reverse swept. Lose this map and you're out of the competition. Gonna be back 10. Oh god, 2 for 1.
I mean, they shouldn't have any trouble getting the bomb down, but holding on to it, that's a completely different story. Oh, DESEMPREGUEIDOS, look at that! Beautiful couple of collections, and now Lich is left hanging out to dry.
Yeah, 4K on for the ace here as well. I don't think he'll be the one to get it. Should be Dash's Gallo. There you go, finishing off the job. But yeah, much better round. Much better round from Canids. It does come out of DESEMPREGUEIDOS. GameHunters back in with a buy, of course. They'll be on double eco otherwise, so they'll throw whatever they can at this one, but yeah, not particularly high hopes. Ninjas.
Yeah, GameHunters probably feeling a little bit hard done that they can't convert after winning the pistol. Again, DESEMPREGUEIDOS has just been the prime force that has been keeping his team alive. So many instances. The GameHunters could actually still turn this round around. PRT has an AK-47 to his name. He also has a full set of armor. Oh no, they're gonna get a drop on the bomb planter. Dash has players circling around him like sharks. There's only a single member remaining now. DESEMPREGUEIDOS. He knows exactly where the bomb is. He's got the lineup, so it'll be really hard to stick in. No, DESEMPREGUEIDOS is a little off center. And somehow he's still going to be able to nail Mellow.
Surely not. Maybe he doesn't have a kit as well, so he's actually got a bit of time here. Oh. What did he decent go at that.
Contrast the entirety of the best-of-3 series with how they started this game, because Nuke was a 0-8 affair for them to kick things off. So the mental fortitude to come right back into it certainly deserves some commendation. PRT, good collection, double kill actually. And unfortunately, the player on the receiving end is Ninjas, who had an atrocious game in the previous one. PRT, wow, he just keeps doing more, tries to fish for the quad, but will be found by Flash. Here's the peek. Another kill from Flash coming through, so still not quite the win in this little tug of war. Oh, and I want to see if they can still negotiate this 2v3. Oh no, Desh is gone. Now Flash has to play for 3 different kills. Flashbang to try and come closer. And Lich isn't going to let go of the trigger.
Tops the scoreboard by miles, actually, throughout the series so far. He's rocking a 1.5 rating. He's playing out of his mind, and no one can really match his freak here on the server. And whilst in a game like this, you know, him and PRT are pulling all the strings. ABR hasn't found a kill yet. They're still looking like the better team here on Ancient.
Yeah, it's honestly just a monster performance from PRT to kick things off. He's really been taking the bull by the horns. Oh no, ABR certainly gets to find his first kill, maybe even a second? No.
An awkward whiff there, actually.
Might actually have to get a little bit deeper before they feel confident punching those digits in. But a smoke does make things a little bit easier. PRT getting close. Oh no, as soon as he's done with the bomb, Desh is going to fall. And Ninjas tries to play the trigger discipline, but he's found by PRT. Not the kill, but at least his position is known. Mellow.
You've got to fancy Mellow's chances
no.
at this. Ooh. That's a shame. That bullet felt close.
A different style of pacing from GameHunters, where now they're just playing close to the bomb sites. A progression into middle will slowly allow them to pace towards a bomb site, but GameHunters have lost their first member, which makes this game, or makes this round, ripe for the taking.
You know, Leo taking some room here in the donut as well. Timing's really key here, actually, because ABR's coming to join from Temple. You've got PRT aggressive in main. If he wins his fight, or even just stays hidden from Flash, this could be pretty huge. So there you go. Contact made. ABR gets himself a freebie. Doesn't overstay his welcome. He's going to tuck himself back. Flash from the support. The rotation flash from CT is absolutely perfect. Flash's timing is even better, though. That's brilliant. Riccioli walking through the smoke dry is just, I don't know, a lost traveller. And, well, Lich has to go and save. But it felt like the cogs were turning a little bit there, and then they all just seized up.
Yeah, a bit weird that ABR is able to get a kill there at all, because if he gets a little bit of support there then from the CT player while they're focused on him, then perhaps the round could have been salvaged. But GameHunters might actually lose their grip here. And it does still feel a bit more like this is... oh wow, what am I watching? Ninjas goes all the way through in middle with his util out. I mean, I get the sentiment behind wanting to beat them towards Donut, but yeah, we're not talking about that. First that one under the rug.
It's sort of working on this basis that they've been given a lot of space in mid in the past, so inherently, you know, I'm going to get it again. It's just wishful thinking. It's a good trade back, though. PRT tries to be that first point of contact. The flash doesn't blind Pinner Beast, and he's able to find a headshot as a result. Desh's ult won't connect, and it'll be confirmation that there is that sniper behind the big box. Flash trying to peek into Donut. Mellow's there to deal the damage. There's the smoke on the bomb. They'll tap it. The spams will come through, and this is just brilliant. Leo does that by himself. 1v4. Ooh, if he finishes off ABR there.
No,
there's maybe a warning. I don't think there's time. Oh, wow.
Oh, it was on 0.0.
That is a real shame. Mello was already getting out of there. He knew. All of the momentum is in favor of Keed right now, despite Leo Dark falling early. Good start from ABR and PRT. And how does Ninjas not see that? I mean, we switched to him very last minute, so we don't really get the context of the situation, but Riccioli somehow just sneaks up on him and that's the drop. Unbelievable. Blink and you miss it. 20 seconds into the round. And he'd have taken 3 casualties. GameHunters know how to respond with a bang. Needed this a little bit sooner. A little bit earlier. Riccioli will be dealt with, but yeah, there's just too many pieces in place to defend that bomb. It is going to be 6-6 at the halfway point, so dead even as we have another European on the team as well, Martinez, who also used to play for Movistar. He is also on this roster, but he speaks Spanish, right? And then, you know, you've got an Argentinian and a Chilean.
Oh, wait, hang on.
It's just going to be big.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
He's farming. Oh, can he get a couple more crops? I think so.
That's huge.
Definitely a solid way to be opening things. And by the time, I mean, now that Keed Stars are on the CT.
So they'll come out with some rifles. Riccioli on the Galil, rest with the AKs. It's back out of middle again, the mollies. Look at how is he maneuvered around the Molotov like that? Desh is just not expecting it whatsoever. He's thinking there's no way anyone could have crept up close to the molly. There's just this weird little gap where you can tiptoe on the sideline of it.
Oh no, there's some team damage thrown in there.
Oh god, a team kill, even worse.
Yeah, just Leo Dark remaining. He can probably feel the body heat from the players close to the bomb site. I mean, that's eventually where they're going to plant, so he might have a shot at it. But by the time they start to cook something up, he'll already have rotated all the way over. Probably not expecting him to be towards A main. I mean, didn't he throw a smoke? I think they do expect him, but they probably are expecting him to circle all the way around, and that's exactly what PRT is ready for. There's the swing. That is Leo in the ground. So, GameHunters, not quite willing to let go of this yet.
They've just crossed, and if he wants to try and wrap around, frankly, to either of these bomb sites, but especially A, it'd be nice and easy. Smoke's been deployed. Venabeast. That will actually alert him. I don't think that smoke really does them any favors. Then alerts that second rotation to what the game plan is. There's now 3 on A. This could get messy.
Oh, there's a kill from Flash. Desh just making very quick work of them with just the pistols, and somehow Keed have gotten away with murder.
It feels like just a scrap to the finish line. Pulling each other's hair. Stepping on each other's shoelaces. Who gets there first? Mello and ABR, 2 massive opening kills. GameHunters with the 2-man advantage. They're not going to press off of the mid space just yet. They've got loads of room, time to work with. There's no reason. Oh, Riccioli. It's a good trade though.
Problem is, GameHunters, they're going to the one bomb site that has the last 2 players. Dash has found 1. They're going to keep pushing it here. But Dash is trying to preemptively rotate. At least gives off the audio cue that he's rotating away, but overcooks it a little bit, and they've actually made their way to B already.
Yeah.
And it's a nice swing round, don't get me wrong, in the previous one, but if they can't capitalize off of it, then they're just back to square one. They are back in a position where GameHunters can take advantage of their eco. Oh, Venabeast had a chance to get more than just the 1, and they're walking into a very potent bomb site. Leo Dark, another kill on the tally, and this is going very much like the swing round we saw a little while earlier. If they try and quickly book it all the way to A, there's already Desh in the backlines waiting with his AWP, and he might even be able to sneak into A main, just give himself a little bit more cover to recede into if he misses his first opportunity. Here it comes. All about hitting that first shot as they move forward. They're telegraphing their play quite heavily. Dash missing a big opening, but he does have a Molotov to stop them. As they're focusing on him, Flash is going to peek out. 5-7 to shut one down. PRT, 1-on-2. Leodark and Dash, both defined. 45 seconds. He does have the bomb, so he can still rotate over, and the B site is going to be pretty damn clean.
It was the last round, but the other way, and well, Dash is on a pretty slow rotation, so Leodark's kind of in position and ready to go, but saying to his teammate, all right, I'll wait for you. They're kind of worried that PRT's pressed up long. Yeah, this is well played. It's just well played. Leodark walks up, finds the kill. No need for his teammate there. Had some awkward moments. He's been tested on many occasions and not passed that stress test. ABR, good start. Leodark, wow. He only ends up with a 1, but you see how fast that snap was on the 180. Does a fair bit of damage onto the elbow player. It's a 4v3, but you can barely see it. ABR's down to 2 points of health. And 13 right on the horizon here for Keed, surely. As we've both agreed before, it's... well, you can't call it an undeserved victory, but you certainly can't call it a comfortable one either. This has been a true scrap. A brawl. But one that may be about to come to a close. Mello does find one more kill. In fact, what is that?
Maybe?
How does he get away with a second there? We're back to a 2v2 here.
I mean, we are, but APR and Mello, they're so low that it's seeming a little bit unlikely. This AWP needs to be played to perfection by Mello. I know he's bailed them out of so many situations, but... wait a minute.
No.
They don't even try it?
The fact they just let Mello get away with his shenanigans as well. He found 2 ridiculous kills to actually get them that space on the A-bomb site in the first place. And there's no burning desire to return the favor,
no,
but maybe the calculated approach was the right one. Keed have got everybody in place. 3-man crossfire. A triangle defense that's surely impenetrable. With the flash over the top. Oh, Ninjas doesn't even commit. That is just sloppy again. What is this?
Couple of big missed opportunities. Vinabee's gonna get chased down by a nade. It's a 5v3 that ends up being fumbled. It's a nice Molotov though. Ushers Lich into the warm embrace of Leodark. There's a nice shot from Riccioli. Double kill from him is gonna keep delaying what seemed like the inevitable before.
Getting it across the finish line. I don't feel like this has been a confident performance from them at all. I actually think this has been really sloppy. The fact that they almost choked Nuke is crazy. The fact that they've almost choked here on Ancient as well, and they might still. It's just completely nuts. PRT trying to keep him alive. He's found himself his 24th kill. He's starting to pick it up a little bit here towards the end as well. Top fragger on the server.
I mean, as much as I want to say that Keedstars are dropping the ball, right? GameHunters have also lost so many swing rounds to Keedstars. Like, some of these rounds, I cannot believe what I'm watching.
Yeah, it's all part of it. It's part of the South American CS experience. This scrappy
In the big 25, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Vinabee ends this here, right? Feel like he's got the right idea.
I don't know.
As long as Ninjas can deal with the cave player, which he won't because of how much he's been fumbling, Vinabees can end it.
No,
oh,
maybe.
Here it is. Really good kill there. Ninjas getting caught in between 2 angles, and very labored fight there.
Wow.
The Keedstars once again. Right as they're up against the ropes, right as they're about to fumble the bag,